We got some information for you right now. Something I think you might be interested in. I think you'll be interested. You need to listen to this. Right now, we'll be speaking to Nadine Atkinson Flowers, Jamaican attorney at law, licensed in Missouri, USA. And they also have an office here on 57 Law Street, downtown Kingston. Good afternoon to you, Mrs. Flowers.
Good afternoon to you, DJ Sunshine. How are you?
I am well. What brings you to these parts?
Well, I am always from the parts of Jamaica, all parts. Even though I live in Pennsylvania,
yes,
Jamaica will always be home.
Well, I'm hearing that America, the streets, you know, people used to hang out on the streets of America, but the streets are like a ghost town right now. Is that so?
Certainly where I am, it's quite cold.
Yes.
It's literally frigid, so a lot of persons are actually inside.
But
we
before
begrudge you the fact that you are at home basking in the sunshine.
Yeah, before the weather got this way, when you know you had a better weather, the streets got pretty lonely. But let's move into it. Are there any specific immigration challenges, changes now that Jamaicans and the diaspora persons should be aware of?
But absolutely. As everybody knows, things are moving at a fast and furious pace here. Certainly for those in Jamaica and the diaspora and farther afield, there are a lot of things that persons should be aware of now. For example, I practice mainly family-based immigration. So, you know, you want to file for, as we call it in Jamaica, your husband, your wife, your kids, your parents, brothers, sisters, whatever, or you want to come here to study or to work. I work with those types of visas. One of the key things now that persons need to be aware of is the fact that as it relates to green card holders, the government of the U.S. has said they're going to be doing what we call increased vetting. We were always having vetting of your documentation, but now they are going to be doubling down on that to see that the persons that are being let into the country, as it were, have the right character to be here. Mm-hmm. And another thing that has not been happening that's going to start with an enhanced vision, as it were, is what they call the biometrics on your entry and exit. Previously, if you were a green card holder in the States, when you come in, the checks are fairly mundane. Now, as long as you're not a U.S. citizen, you're going to be subjected to having biometrics when you enter the country and when you leave. And if that whiplash wasn't enough, there is a move afoot now for persons who have dual citizenship. Some senator in the government is indicating he wants that to end. So that is something that is definitely something that persons should be watching for going forward. So there is quite a bit going on.
Well, quite a few changes, which now arises into challenges, of course. With the disasters, a disaster in Jamaica and elsewhere, is there any special immigration policy that the United States is implementing?
No. And that is something I'm glad that you've asked about, because persons are banding this idea about that the U.S. is offering to countries such as Jamaica, where we were just devastated by Hurricane Melissa. The government of the United States is offering persons temporary protected status here. That is patently untrue. The government of the U.S. actually is ending for countries such as Haiti and Venezuela the protections that it had offered for a few years. So there is actually nothing on the books, as far as I am aware, that the government is doing for persons who have recently, such as Jamaica, suffered a disaster, natural or otherwise.
Well, it brings us to the next question, because, of course, we have, our different brothers and sisters who find other ways and means of earning. And this may be in the form of a scam. What should persons be aware of as it relates to immigrations such as scams, preparation for cases, documents needed for cases?
That is such a great question, because it is my experience, and I've been doing immigration law for almost 10 years now. It's my experience that whenever there is any amount of dissonance, discord, scams abound. They tend to increase during crises. So persons need to be very, very careful. Make sure you're working with an attorney.
Yes.
Make sure the information that you're getting is from credible sources. Yes, there's a lot of good information to be had on social media. I myself have a YouTube channel and other online resources that persons can access.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure the sources that you're getting your information from are credible sources.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that whomever assists you to prepare your document, you get our documents. You get a copy of those documentation. Make sure if you have any issues, such as with the criminal law, you indicate that on your forms, because the last thing you want is to be told that you lied by omission.
Yes.
You know, you didn't say that so-and-so had happened.
Mm-hmm.
And we could have assisted you out of this particular issue. Make sure when you are completing your documentation, you review it. Because at the end of the day, the documentation is yours. If you sign it, it is yours. You can't be heard to say, but you know, it's the one DJ sometimes the right here is where you must sign.
Yeah.
No, that will not work with the U.S. government.
Yes.
So great care and caution is needed. The government recently implemented something where if you're applying for your citizenship, now they're going to be going back into communities to find out. So, you know, DJ Sunshine and Nadine, Atkinson Flowers, what do you think about that person?
Uh-huh.
That is
character
the limit to which they're going.
Yes.
So a lot of care and caution is required more so than it was before.
Yes, understandably so. All right, so you mentioned that you have a YouTube channel. How can persons contact you?
Oh, absolutely. My cell phone, which is on WhatsApp, it's 484-995-7260. My email is info@atkinsonflowerslaw.com. I am online on Instagram. I am on TikTok. I have a website, www.atkinsonflowerslaw. And I do a lot of writing as it relates to immigration issues and Jamaican law. So I'm pretty much all over the place on Google as well, offering to my Jamaicans and persons in the diaspora, I hope is good educational content.
Yes.
That people can use to make informed decisions, because I think if you have that information, you're empowered to assist yourself.
Yes, of course.
And that's crucial.
Yes. And what's the handle for your Instagram and TikTok?
For my Instagram, it is Atkinson Flowers Law 159.
Right.
What I always urge people to do, go to my YouTube channel, which is Atkinson Flowers Law.
Yes.
Because I do long videos and short videos on Jamaican law and also on immigration. So you can get that educational content, that legal advice, because your situation is different from everybody else's. But it is educational content from which persons can make useful assessments of their situation and then decide whether or not they need the services of an attorney to assist them in whatever case they may have.
Right. All right, so you're easy to find, and you mentioned that you're Jamaican by bone, and you're here all the time, in Jamaica all the time. Did you, or have you gotten a chance to give back to the community?
Well, I have had a number of my colleagues who are giving back as it relates to Melissa, and I have been part of some of their efforts. For my own self, I usually do a lot of online and in-person seminars about Jamaican law, about immigration law. I am very big on the educational aspect of the law, because I don't think the law is something that should be hidden away in a book. We all need to know what the law says about various things so that we can empower ourselves and educate ourselves. I am not a member of anymore. When I was a little girl, I used to go to Power of Faith Ministries in Portmore. I have, over the years, been on several programs that they've had. I even had a pro bono legal clinic there where I would assist persons. So I am involved in my community, and the beauty of technology is that I stay right here in the U.S. and assist persons in Jamaica, Canada, Europe, Africa, all over the United States as well. Because immigration is federal law, so it's not strictly one state, it's the entire country. And as I said, the beauty of technology. I'm talking to you from my office in Pennsylvania. And you are in Salubros, Sunshine in Jamaica.
Right. Well, thank you so much for your service, and thank you so much for sharing. You know, in the online space where people can access this information. One more question though. With the current climate, with the immigrants in the United States, do you find where people are actually, coming for your services the way they used to? It's based on the current immigration status.
Are a bit more apprehensive because while the government is actively indicating what they're going to do, there are also a lot of legal challenges to some of what the government is doing. So for 26, I'm expecting that they're going to be more concerned. They're going to be persons now who, for example, might have overstayed their visitor's visas or whatever it is that they came to America on. They're going to be more hesitant. So it's like that two-edged sword, as it were.
Yes.
Persons want to go forward, but at the same time, persons understandably are hesitant. What I would say to persons is get good information. And once you have that good information, then you can proceed. Don't just rush head on, or at the same time, don't sit and wait.
All right, nice. All right, thank you so much for stopping by, and all the best to you.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, anytime.
Okay,
I have a good one.
Take good care and all the best for the season. Eat lots of cake.
Same to you and your family. All right, take it easy.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
Nadine Atkinson Flowers, Jamaican attorney at law. She's a licensed attorney at law in Missouri, and she's actually at 1500 Walnut Street, Suite 800, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And she has a law office here in Jamaica, 57 Law Street, Kingston.